Synthesis week 1, what we're working on. As we mentioned... As we mentioned earlier this week, our Path of Exile Synthesis launch has been hugely successful in terms of player numbers and response from the community. It has been the smoothest launch ever. I don't think I had a single server crash all the way to Act 10, which is insane. Like, I've never had a league where I didn't have, like, a single DC or a single crash. It's been the smoothest launch. There's been, like, some bugs with the memory nexus, but it's been so smooth. Like, ridiculously smooth. We have a small patch planned for later this week, and we want to keep you in the loop about what we have planned. Additionally, we've included several improvements in yesterday's patch. I don't know if I actually read that. I'll check that out later. We have the following improvements planned for this patch. At the end of memories, most of the items that dropped during your run are gathered for you and dropped at your feet once you've left. True. This currently doesn't work for items that you've attempted to pick up inside while your inventory was full. This will be fixed. Nice. I lost a 6 socket to that. Nice. As you say that, it just crashed. Items that drop memories will respect their original item allocation when drop near capacity at the completion of a memory. So this is for group play stuff. We plan to add the ability to delete memories from an inventory list directly. Nice. This means if you obtain what you don't really need right now, you no longer have to plan it, run it, and then delete it. That's good. There'll be a larger radius of no monsters around the start of each memory. That's also good because sometimes you could get like instantly one-shot. Glove enchants do not work. We will fix this. Obviously, that is a buff. When you unveil veiled modifiers, it should always unlock the correct modifiers. So this is just a random bug change. Okay. We've also fixed some crashes. Okay, so that's all good. But having the ability to delete memories is really nice, and having a like safety radius is nice. We are working on the following things, but they have not been confirmed for this week's patch. Okay. There needs to be more of a delay before the decay starts moving at the beginning of a decaying memory. See, this is actually a buff and a nerf. 9 times out of 10, the decay doesn't instantly kill you. Sometimes the decay instantly just like takes over the start and fucks you up. But the decay actually like shows you what direction you need to travel in. So hopefully they slow it down so you don't get the random like completely lost instances. But it still kind of like guides you in roughly the right direction. Players are sometimes unable to return to distant memories. Yeah, this is like a portal thing they need to fix. We're working on preventing issues where players sometimes get stuck on bridges. Okay, yeah. Heralds of the Obelisk monsters can spawn dead in the airlock section of a place in memory. Herald of the Obelisk, it should honestly just only spawn in maps. It's like terrible whenever it spawns outside of maps and stuff like this. It just always feels bad. We feel that synthesis encounters in the first few areas can be too difficult, so working on balancing this further. People are going to nerf, like, people are going to want synthesis nerfed until it literally does nothing. As a system, they scale to be very dangerous. It's just one of those things. I like them. I've spoken about this a lot. At great length before. I don't think it needs nerfing. People are going to always want it to be nerfed. But for early leveling, pre-maps, yeah, for pre-maps, it shouldn't be like one-shotting people. In maps, you know, it should be scary. I don't know. It's so rare, you never see it. But yeah, pre-maps, nerf it. In maps, I want to be scared when I see it. Fossils and essences should work on fractured items. Yeah, this was a bug. They had to disable it. This was disabled at the last minute because we found some problems. We have to work on fixing these, but not sure if we'll be ready for the Thursday patch. Just stockpile all your fractured synthesized items. That's what I've been doing. Also, stockpiling your items is good while people work out the recipes. Then that means once you know the recipes, you can then craft the cool shit. Betrayal intervention encounters causing lag and client freezes. Yes. I run an SSD, but I have had a few like server lockups. The most notable ones for me was when I was still progressing my Atlas, and we got the lucky Zana in a red map, which gave me a Phoenix. A intervention spawned, instantly crashed, lost the Zana, and I was really sad. But yeah. You need to be able to easily toggle map modifiers to them when you want to, but to have them off in busy areas so they don't cover the screen. Oh. We've wanted this since day one, dude. Honestly, it's so frustrating when you're trying to run a map and it's like half the screen is just mods. This is huge. Hopefully this is like something we can toggle all the time. Really nice. Really nice. There are a couple of key feedback points we currently do not have a plan to change and wanted to address. Right. Distant memories can spawn on top of or beside planned memories, which ruins the plan. I'll read the full thing, but I have thoughts on that. This is a tricky one because the obvious solution of not having distant memories...
Oh, hey, there we go.
Thank you for that 24 months, man. Very kind. The obvious solution of not having distant memories spawn on or next to your plan both introduces something akin to sextant blocking and also means you're getting fewer rewards in the path you actually intend to take. Yeah, exactly. So, if they stop the random things, like spawning like that, then we can have too much control and people can game the system. It sucks when your path gets, like, blocked, and it's very unintuitive. Like, the first time it happened to me, I thought the thing was broken. I didn't realize what had happened. But it kind of has to be like that, to be honest. We feel like if we made this change, it would both encourage blocking abuse and also reduce the rewards the players actually receive. Exactly. I think it should stay as is. Having said that, we know that the current situation of plans being embattled feels bad. The solution needs more consideration. Hopefully, they ignore Reddit on this one. I think they made the right call. I agree with them. Many players suggest that we allow memory fragments to be rotated. No. People who want to rotate it, just like, hey, this system's really profitable and really rewarding, and it, you know, if they let them be rotated, it'll be way too rewarding. They need to nerf the rewards. It removes a lot of the planning. It'll become too easy. No. The more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, the more you work it out. Being able to easily delete the ones we don't want means that if we get an awkward corner piece, we can just delete it now. Yeah, just no. This is something we specifically considered in our first design and intentionally did not allow. Exactly. The league has been designed and balanced around the fact that memories cannot be rotated. If they could be, then everything would be trivialized. Exactly. We're tracking feedback very closely and are aware that this list is not comprehensive. We'll keep you in the loop as we work on things and discuss plans within the team. Yeah. Honestly, the main things for me, personally, are some quality of life improvements, like being able to hide the map tab stuff, being able to delete memory bridges is really big. And other than that, I think it's kind of fine. Honestly, Reddit has been increasingly toxic this league, more so than usual. Reddit is always very toxic. But it's like, guys, it's day 3 of a league. Like, calm the hell down. Most of the people complaining probably haven't even done half of the content. You know, I'm like nearly 92 Shaper down, and I'm still getting my head around the system. But I'm having fun, and I'm enjoying it, right? And that's like playing all the time. So I don't get how we've got all these experts telling everyone that it's all trash when they probably haven't even played the thing. And if they have played the thing and they're still getting their head around it, well then, wait until you've got your head around it. You know, we saw the exact same thing with Syndicate. Everyone was like, oh, Syndicate feels really trash because we don't understand it. And then people started working out how to block Syndicate, and then it's like, Syndicate's really broken, they need to nerf it. And it's like, well, when you have to think, you have to work it out, you know? You either be one of those guys early who experiments a lot and you work out the system yourself, or you wait for someone to make a guide. And yeah, someone just linked me this, and this just kind of says it all. So Raiz made a post talking about, you know, same thing I'm going to talk about now. 140 upvotes, which is ridiculous. Raiz could jump off a bridge for all I care. Someone that can league after league grind the maps over and over simply to ding 100 is so far removed from most, he may as well be playing a different game. Like, you can think that you're in a different tier to someone else, but the fact that this is such a positive upvote is honestly disgusting. Like, no, fuck off. For example, Ziz plays the game a lot more than I do, right? Even though I'm a filthy no-lifer who still plays a lot. I don't say, oh, well, Ziz may as well be playing a different game to me. You know, any of Ziz's opinions don't matter. It's like, no, you listen to the people who've played a lot because they inform things, and then you make what's appropriate to that down to you. So if Ziz is doing like some crazy Atlas strat, and I'm thinking, okay, so Ziz is doing that in a trade league, you know, I'm doing this in a private league with half the access and with half the playtime, is it worth me doing it? You know, it'd be like saying that, you know, professional basketball players or professional football players can't talk about football because, you know, they're experts and the guy sat at home watching the game, he knows everything. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, it's like... Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, there is a disconnect with people who play all the time, who play very little. You need to listen to both crowds. GGG does listen to both crowds, and you meet in the middle, right? You listen to the guy who plays 2 hours a day, and you listen to the guy who plays 20 hours a day, and you think, how can we improve things for both players so both players have something that is fun and enjoyable? Because if you cater purely for the 2 hour a day crowd, then anyone who plays for more than that won't be having fun, and any of the 2 hour a day guys who become super efficient will stop having fun. And if you cater purely for the 20 hours a day people, then they'll burn out and no one's having fun. You need to listen to both sides. No one should be jumping off bridges. This is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, really hyped for the new league. Hopefully, you know, people can calm down a bit. If you are enjoying the league, I would recommend putting some positivity out there. As much as I cringe at the I just want to thank GGG Reddit threads, they get so much unnecessary heat. I think like the best example is the shadow change, right? It's like this wheel change. Even I'm guilty of this because like I'm not perfect. Everyone does this, right? I read about the shadow change for like an hour, and then I actually counted the nodes and realized my build had been buffed, and I was like, oh, never mind. Let me go apologize to Bex real quick. You know, just like wait a bit, get your head around it, and then if after you've really thought about it, it seems like actually something needs improving here, constructive feedback, right? The difference between constructive feedback and dumb feedback. So for example, I think there's a pretty big issue with Syndicate in the fact that we don't gain intel fast enough. So if you look at my Jun, I'm 2 bars off 92. I haven't had a safe house yet. I'm about to get my first, like, 2 safe houses. So I've nearly got there. But it's a bit ridiculous that it's, like, I'm only just getting my safe houses now, right? So that's, like, constructive feedback. And I've already forwarded that on to the team. Like, hey, you know, I feel like maybe this could be improved in some way. What would be unconstructive feedback would be like, hey, GGG, you need to fire your entire development team. You don't know what you're doing. You want to jump off bridges. And this is ridiculous outrage. Do you even play the game? Baby rage. And all this dumb shit. But anyway, I'm Tarke. Really enjoying the league, by the way. More build updates to come. Have a good day. Bye-bye.